Grace and the power to become a dedicated steward and a committed champion of mountain bongos conservation in Kenya. Everlasting Father, bless our President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and make all his plans for this country successful in accordance with your will, fully with wildlife, without harm for each other. And we make this prayer in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son.
And also, we shall be witnessing the release of 2 bongos into their sanctuary. And because this is the Mawingu Mountain Bongo, small point of logistics, the 2 bongos have to be immobilized, not put to sleep per se, but immobilized. Allow me to start by sharing a word or two about the process, then I'll talk about the children feel like this is a really, really good treatment that the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy read what the team observed as their personality. So Dalbert, are you sure this is a bongo? I mean, this sounds quite impressive. Endears her to her caretakers. But caretakers, you're not supposed to have favorites, so we need to talk after the event. But we can see how precious life is in all form, as created by God. And
thank you very much. Kindly, you will receive this gift on behalf of Mama Doing Good as Her Excellency.
In 2022, our president spelled out a vision to plant and grow 15 billion trees by the year 2032, with a target to see our national tree cover increase from 12.13% to 30% by the year 2032. We request all partners present today to support the implementation of the President's National Landscape and Ecosystem Restoration Strategy that will help us protect Kenya's irreplaceable biodiversity and see us achieve the targeted tree cover. This necessitates a concerted effort by all institutions, partners, and individuals to grow trees with a target of each one of us planting 30 trees annually, especially during the rainy seasons. I trust that we are all leveraging the current rains to plant more trees. Organizations like the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy have planted over 40,000 indigenous trees to help restore the forest, thereby preserving and protecting old wildlife, great and small. In closing, let me say that we are confident that Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy and your partners will continue to support the increase of the mountain bongo antelope to a level that they will no longer be marked as an endangered species in Kenya. We look forward to that day and look forward to celebrating it with you. This week, the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy will release 10 mountain bongos into the Mawingu Sanctuary, giving us hope and motivation to continue to protect our endangered species and preserve their valuable habitat. This exercise will increase the number of mountain bongos released into the wild to 20 since last year. I congratulate the patron, Mr. Humphrey Karaoke, the Board of Trustees and staff at Mount Kenya Conservancy for your dedication to see the survival and protection of the mountain bongo. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the combined efforts of Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy, Kenya Wildlife Service, and the Kenya Forest Service is a show of exemplary collaboration and a testament of what can be achieved when we work together. Listening to the speakers before me, I'm glad to note that you all work with local communities and schools to promote conservation education. This aligns with my office approach to engaging learners in conservation efforts as well as communities in the growing and nurturing of trees. Nurturing young minds towards conscious environmental stewardship is critical. I'm glad to know that Conservancy has done so for the last 20 years, where they have hosted over 400,000 students on educational trips. This is truly remarkable. World-celebrated biologist, natural historian, and writer David Attenborough once said, and I quote, "It's surely our responsibility to do everything within our power to create a planet that provides a home not just for us, but for all life on Earth," end of quote. The rare mountain bongo antelope is one of the species that was nearly extinct and remains critically endangered. This is due to various factors such as trophy hunting, live trade, poaching, disease, habitat loss, and fragmentation. Currently, we have an estimated 100 mountain bongo antelopes spread across 4 isolated locations in Kenya, including this sanctuary. The Mount Kenya Wildlife Sanctuary initiated a breeding and rewilding program in Kenya 20 years ago to halt the mountain bongo's impending extinct. This included the repatriation of 18 mountain bongo antelopes from several zoos across North America. This bold step has proven successful and stands as one of the most iconic wildlife conservation programs ever undertaken in Kenya, sending a message of hope that rewilding is possible. The program is truly a call for us to protect the natural wealth and wildlife of our great country, Kenya. Tourism remains a critical sector for the Kenyan economy, especially around foreign exchange earnings. As a service sector, it creates numerous jobs and supply chain opportunities. Conservation is at the center of the success of the tourism sector. The bottom-up economic transformation agenda, BETTER, has a commitment to promote Kenya's tourism and its diversification by promoting niche products and services. Conservation tourism is one such niche product that attracts high-value domestic and international tourism. God has blessed our beloved country with diverse flora and fauna that have made Kenya one of the top tourist destinations in the world. Unfortunately, over time, a variety of factors ranging from human interference to the most recent climate change, including the current floods, have threatened this God-given treasure.
The bongo has been oscillating at about 100 individuals, and these are in isolated populations in Aberdare and the Buru Forest, and the largest population, Your Excellency, is what you will find in this particular sanctuary. Your Excellency, since 2004, when I was a young officer in Kenya Wildlife Service, ending ecological monitoring, that is when we received the cohort of bongos from the USA, and they were well embraced by the team here in Mount Kenya. And Kenya Wildlife Service and this team has worked tirelessly to recover and restore the mountain bongo through in situ breeding and rewilding, and I am pleased with the progress that the teams have made with the recovery of bongo and making this country to be extremely proud of our effort in terms of taking back a species that was going back to extinction. Your Excellency, what we are witnessing here today is a success story of Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy, Mountain Bongo Breeding and Rewarding Program, which was established to present the species the best and last opportunity to recover naturally and re-establish a viable and self-sustaining population in the Bongo native habitat that is Mount Kenya and other places. Since the launch of the National Recovery and Action Plan for the Kenya Mountain Bongo almost 5 years ago, right here at this facility, we have set an ambitious yet achievable goal of growing the Bongo population to over 750 over the next 50 years.
We've been talking with Bwana Kariuki about how to grow the numbers in this country. And I'm determined to get us from that ceiling of 2 million to 5 million to 10 million to 15 million. Because I went to the Bahamas, Your Excellency, and the Bahamas is just a small island of 22 kilometers by 7 kilometers, and they get 10 million tourists a year. You go to Spain, they're getting 40 million tourists. UAE, they're getting 20, 25, 30 million tourists. Yet all these countries are not as blessed as we are in this country. So it's all about how we are going to market, and we are changing the marketing of tourism so that we can get more eyeballs here and change the way things have been done, because we've been stuck with the same rhythm over and over. The dance changed, the music changed from twists to ndombolo to different, but we are still dancing as if it was the 1960s. So we are changing that because we want to create employment. There's so many young people are not employed. We want to get the industry going, and this is foreign exchange that we brilliantly need in our country. One of my focus is the African continent. We are very blessed. You know, when I went to Rwanda, and I found that the Rwandese have a lot of hanging change, and they want to come to Kenya. Ghana, Angola, Africans have a lot of money, but we have really not been focusing on African tourism. Yes, our brothers and sisters of Asia are good, our brothers and sisters of Europe, very good, but also we need to look at what is around us. And they can come here, and when they come here, I'm calling upon people in the hotel industry to treat them properly. They have money and they are tourists. So we are going to focus on the African continent. Wakuje hapa, wapewe heshima, waache pesa hapa, warudi kwao. Watu wetu wapate kazi na maisha iweze kuendelea mbele. I want to promise you, Your Excellency, that myself in the ministry and my team, we are working on eliminating what they call a high season and a low season. We don't want high seasons and low seasons in Kenya. We want one full season, January to January. Our hotel rooms to be full, everywhere to be full, so that tourists are coming. We look at the different markets from Brazil to Australia, different seasons. When those ones are experiencing winter, these ones are in summer. We fill our places with tourists so that we can be able to grow and do everything properly for our people.